Attention passionate Detroit, Lions fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Detroit Lions' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Detroit Lions fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Detroit Lions fans. Let's get to the news. Now, folks, you better buckle up because what's happening right now in the NFL, especially in the NFC North, could be one of the most intriguing developments of the season. There's a lot of smoke coming out of Tennessee, and it's not just the usual off-season chatter. No, this is serious. The Titans, sitting at a disappointing 0-3 record, seem to be throwing in the towel early. And when a team like Tennessee starts making moves, especially in September, you know they're looking ahead, trying to reshape their roster for the future. We saw them trade Jarvis Brownlee, a promising cornerback who, not long ago, was showing signs of becoming a late-round gem. That trade sent him to the New York Jets in exchange for a 2026 seventh-round pick, a move that signals they're willing to part with prospects and draft capital to rebuild quickly. But the real question now is, what's next? Because if you're paying close attention, you'll notice that the Titans are not done. They've been very clear about their intentions. They're open to trading more players, especially those with high potential and significant contracts. The rumors are swirling around the possibility of trading Jeffrey Simmons, one of their most dominant defensive linemen, a player who's been a constant force on Tennessee's front four. Simmons, with his impressive career stats, over 39 sacks and 281 pressures, has been a cornerstone for the Titans' defense. But with the team in a rebuild mode, it's understandable that they might consider moving him. This isn't just idle speculation either. It's based on how the Titans are aggressively reshaping their roster in the face of a tough start to the season. Now, here's where it gets really interesting for us Lions fans. If the Titans decide to make Jeffrey Simmons available for a trade, Detroit should be all over it. Why? Because adding a player of Simmons' caliber could be a game-changer for this defense. We've seen what he can do, his disruptive presence, his ability to pressure quarterbacks, and his run-stopping skills. He would instantly upgrade the Lions' defensive line, which, let's be honest, could use some reinforcement. The Lions, after all, have made some promising strides on defense this season, especially with rookies like Tyleik Williams stepping up and providing a much-needed boost. Williams has been impressive as a rookie, showing that he can hold his own inside, while DJ Reader continues to be a reliable force. But last season's playoff run revealed just how thin Detroit's defensive line depth can be, and that's something they need to address if they want to truly contend for a Super Bowl. Think about it, pairing Simmons alongside Aiden Hutchinson could create one of the most formidable duos on the defensive front in the league. Hutchinson has been outstanding so far, showing why he was a top pick, but he needs help. A player like Simmons, with his relentless pressure and ability to collapse the pocket, could turn Detroit's defense into a nightmare for offenses. It would be a statement move, a clear signal that the Lions are all in on their Super Bowl aspirations. And let's not forget, Simmons is still relatively young, in his prime, and has plenty of football left in him. His presence would not only boost Detroit's immediate pass rush, but also add a veteran, high-impact player to mentor the younger guys. Now, let's zoom out a little bit and look at the bigger picture. The Lions have been on an upward trajectory since that tough Week 1 loss to the Green Bay Packers. Since then, they've rattled off 2 straight wins over divisional rivals, first pounding the Chicago Bears and then pulling off a convincing victory against the Baltimore Ravens. That's impressive, no doubt. But as good as the Lions have looked lately, they know deep down that to make a real push, they need to shore up their defense, especially the defensive line. That's been a recurring theme for Detroit, the need for more depth, more pass rush, and more consistency in stopping the run and pressuring the quarterback. And if the Titans do decide to trade Jeffrey Simmons, it wouldn't just be a good move for Detroit, it could be a strategic masterstroke. The Lions have been building a strong team around Jared Goff on offense, but football is a game won or lost on defense, especially in the playoffs. Having a disruptive force like Simmons would not only improve their immediate defensive performance, but also send a message to the rest of the league that Detroit isn't just a team to watch in the regular season, they're serious contenders for the Super Bowl. And remember, the NFC North has been a competitive division lately, with teams like the Packers, Vikings, and Bears all trying to find their footing. The Lions stepping up with a move like this could give them a real edge. Of course, acquiring Simmons wouldn't be simple. The Titans would want a substantial return, likely a combination of draft picks and young players. But if Detroit's front office is smart and aggressive, they'll see the opportunity, a chance to lock down a future Hall of Famer in the making, right in their own division. Imagine the possibilities with Simmons terrorizing quarterbacks and clogging up running lanes alongside Hutchinson. It would be a nightmare for offenses, a true identity shift for Detroit's defense, and a clear statement that they're not just content with being playoff contenders, they want to be champions. And speaking of the season, it's worth noting that the Lions have been surprisingly resilient. After that initial stumble against Green Bay, they bounced back quickly, showing maturity and grit. Jared Goff has been efficient, and the team's offensive line has been solid in protecting him. Their running game has found its footing, and the defense has shown flashes of brilliance, especially with some of the young talent stepping up. But as we all know, the NFL is a league of adjustments, and the trade deadline in late October is a critical period. That's when teams make those bold moves, and Detroit should be ready to pounce if the right opportunity presents itself. Now remember, the NFL trade deadline is fast approaching, and the tension is already palpable across the league. Teams like the Titans, who are clearly rebuilding, are trying to get maximum value for their assets. The Lions, with their current trajectory, are in a position to capitalize. Adding a player like Jeffrey Simmons would not only make their defense better, but also send a message to the rest of the league that Detroit is serious about competing at the highest level. It's about building a championship-caliber team, one that can withstand the toughest challenges in the playoffs and go all the way. This potential move has fans buzzing, analysts debating, and other teams watching closely. Because in the NFL, one trade can change everything. The Lions have already shown they're willing to make bold moves when necessary, and acquiring someone like Simmons would be just that, a bold, strategic move that could redefine their season. It's fascinating to see how things unfold, especially with the trade deadline looming. For Detroit fans, it's an exciting time, full of possibilities and hope. The team is trending upward, and with a little bit of luck and some smart moves, they could be on the cusp of something truly special this season. So, as we keep our eyes on all the NFL action and watch how the trade window develops, remember that the Detroit Lions are not just here to compete, they're here to conquer. And if they land Jeffrey Simmons, well, that might just be the final piece they need to become serious contenders. The NFC North is heating up, and Detroit is positioning itself at the right time to seize the moment. Stay tuned, because the best is yet to come. Don't want to miss what's next for the Lions, and I'll be right here, breaking down every twist and turn along the way. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Detroit Lions news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Detroit Lions fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential trade? Do you think the Lions should go all in and try to acquire Jeffrey Simmons? How would he fit into this team? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Detroit Lions. Don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Detroit Lions news. This season is shaping up to be one of the most exciting in recent memory, and I can't wait to see how it all unfolds. Thanks for being with us, and remember, the Lions are on the move, and the best is yet to come.